Meeting of the Geneva Nuisance Committee to order. Geneva Nuisance Committee meetings are now live streamed and recorded. Your participation in the meeting is your consent to the recording and rebroadcasting of the meeting on the town's YouTube channel. Approval of the minutes from April 14th. Any questions, additions, corrections, deletions? If not, a motion to approve as submitted.
So moved.
A second?
Yep.
If there are no further questions, all in favor of adopting, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. No citizens are here at this time for comments. We'll move right into property reviews, current warnings, and citations. We'll start out with 120 South Main Street.
We went by yesterday, it looks better than it has for quite a while, so we'll keep an eye on it.
They still
Cleaned up a bunch of their stuff, a couple of the vehicles were gone, so.
So we'll just continue to monitor.
Yep.
I noticed the weeds are starting to grow up again in the backyard. Maybe remind them of that. G's Automotive.
Officer Swanson came into my office after last month's meeting and said he went and had a conversation with the owner about, I believe, the tires and the oil. He had a conversation with an idea about how to put something up around the oil bins or whatever they're called in the event of a leak so they wouldn't, and I believe he's working on it.
Okay. So corrections in progress.
Yeah.
.400 North Main. We did not get down to talk to him like we wanted to. We're still going to do this. We need to encourage him about the May 30th cleanup. Hopefully something's done to it by then, but we'll get down there maybe with Jim this next week.
Yeah, we'll get there before the 30th, so we can probably even get that done. Yeah.
I mean, it's not gotten worse. Everything has just stayed the same.
Yeah.
But it's
terrible.
But it doesn't, and you know, people kind of have come into the town hall and commented about that particular property when they're driving down 27, so.
It's just terrible.
It's definitely an eyesore. And a bunch of that metal there's got to be a scrapper or somebody out there that would want that and would probably haul it away from him for free. 115 Lincoln Street, the garage. Mark Wynn has taken pictures. He was going to send a letter. I have not followed up with Mark to see, so I'll get with Mark and see what it is on that. .225 Mill Street. They've been doing a pretty good job.
I mean, it looks okay with their lot. It's mowed and stuff. Right now, they can't do anything with it because a tree from the neighbors fell onto their property, and he's taken no action to remove it or do anything. So it hit their camper, their boat that was sitting there, and he's made no contact. The last I talked to Dave, the neighbor made no contact, but there's no plans for him to get that tree taken care of. So
There was something about pending insurance or something like that. Do we know anything about that? Or
I have no idea. That's a property civil issue between them.
have we talked to the property owner?
He's not shown up recently. I don't know what his plans are. I would think that Tinkins would want to push that issue, but I don't know that they've made any contact with him either.
Do we have a phone number for that property owner?
I don't know if I do or not.
Well, that property owner is going to be listed down here under our new complaints.
Yeah, I see that.
So,
Okay. see where we at here. 300 Mill Street.
They're continuing to work on it.
They are, yeah, they are. And thank you for doing that. I know now with their business and everything, it's gonna be slowed down a little bit because of the weather changing and stuff, but they're still making a good effort.
But they're also communicating with you, I'm assuming,
Yes,
which is what we also want as well, so
yes.
I'm good with that.
205 Railroad Street.
This is the gentleman that last month I provided a copy of his business license. And when I asked him about the house that needs probably looked at by Mark Wynn, he sidestepped what they were gonna do with the house, and nothing has changed.
I haven't seen anything done there.
Did Mark look at that house? I thought that was.
Mark took pictures of that house too. The roof on the east side of the house is falling down. There's also a shed that is in grave disrepair.
Yeah, I don't think those structures, I mean, obviously I'm not a structural engineer, but I think they're beyond repair
Yeah,
to be habitated.
that's another one I'll ask Mark about one. Let me see where we're at here. 330 Railroad. Junk cars, junk business, vehicles.
We went past it the other day, it looked okay. I didn't see.
That's the lot right there on the corner of
Yeah.
Railroad and Pile.
I mean, every time we mention something to him or have an issue down there, he's corrected it quickly, so.
Yeah. And that particular lot is zoned commercial, so there's limitations on what can be done there, but he has been cooperative.
Is this one that we can just take off for now?
Let's just keep watching it. Because I'd like to see him take all the vehicles that are on the lot to the west of him, which is residential, and put a hard top on that commercial lot and put everything over there.
Yeah. You know, unfortunately, and we've seen it quite a bit with the AIM stuff, we don't have an ordinance or anything that dictates how many vehicles you can have parked in your yard. And I know there's other communities that are, like I said, on the AIM board that we see there's quite a few that are looking at the same thing, and nobody really has a good answer to how many vehicles you can have parked or where they can be parked on your property.
Yeah, Vernon has the same thing going on too, like some properties.
The only difference with that property is that every day the majority of those vehicles move versus, the ones that are on blocks and
Yeah.
have 6-foot trees growing through them.
And I'm not sure if they're properly licensed and insured and serviceable and they're parked off the street, how you can
There's
Limit.
nothing, yeah.
something like that. That'd be a legal question.
They keep it better than some properties though.
Yeah.
Just theirs was.
425 Railroad.
We skipped over 405.
Oh, that's it.
Very good.
405.
She continues to make improvement. I mean, it's slow, but it's improving. So
And she stayed in contact with you?
I haven't talked to her recently, but I think when we drove by yesterday, I don't know if Marshall Booth would agree, it looks decent. I mean, in comparison to some of the other properties in town, it's her trying to get it done and work a full-time job, and again, communicates with us, so
Yeah.
I think just monitoring it and continuing to hold the fines would be okay.
And there is good open communication there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which is as important as anything else is. Okay, now 425 Railroad.
So we can take this off as far as I'm concerned because they,
Everything's been taken care of.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
In compliance.
River Street's gonna be better than it did 2 months ago.
It
A lot
is.
better.
it is.
435 Railroad, same thing, we're getting progress there.
Looks better than I've ever seen
Other
in the
than,
last 2 years.
other than the garage that needs Mark Wynn's attention, the other stuff, like all of the stuff he had lined up next to his driveway, gone, like completely gone.
Yeah. When I talk to Mark, then I'll ask him about that one also. I think I did have pictures on my phone, but since I don't have the phone anymore.
We've probably got pictures between the marshal and I that we can get you if you need them.
And by the way, my phone situation will be replaced on Friday. You know how hard it is to recover all your contact lists?
You dive down and try to find it?
No. Not in 55-degree water.
Moving water. Hard to-
315 High Street.
We drove by yesterday, it looks fine.
Think they're in compliance, or you just want to continue to monitor?
I mean, all the stuff that was the issue was, I think, was taken care of between them renting their own dumpster and the big trash cleanup last time, but
Call it compliant?
I'd say complain.
yep.
Okay.
It's not picked up there. Okay.
Good, good. Those are the kind of words I like to hear. 400 High Street.
Looks better than it has in the last 2 years.
Yeah, much improvement.
I want to do a walkthrough with him to make sure everybody's happy, because we did have an understanding of what was going to be done. I will call him and set that appointment up, but I'm going to provisionally call it compliant.
Everything's going outside of the shed.
The trailer is gone, the hitch is gone.
They was down there loading, I don't know if it was, must've been late last week, they were down there loading more stuff on the trailers, so.
Yeah. There's still stuff inside, but that's his stuff.
Yep.
And there's maybe minor stuff. I know in the rental property, the house, there's some tires there, but I don't know if those are his or if they're the renters. And I don't know if they're on rims or if they're just tires laying out there, but that's, for all intents and purposes, he's compliant. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. 405 High Street.
So I did not end up sending anything out after the last meeting, but evidently people are watching the live stream, which is great, and improvements are being made. There is some improvement to the property, but there's still some stuff. I'm gonna send them a warning letter after this meeting because there's still some stuff that needs to be addressed.
Okay. And anybody, neighbors, anybody out there that are helping your neighbor clean their property up is greatly, greatly appreciated.
And big trash day is coming.
And big trash day is coming. 320 East Shackley.
Right on here.
Better than what I've seen in the last 2 years.
Significant improvement.
Significant. I mean, almost to the point of, I would say, compliance.
The junk vehicles are gone.
Yep. I think if we leave it there, we'll check it next month, but I think after that,
Yeah.
we'll
Okay.
call it compliant.
Yeah, major progress. .400 East Shackley.
That is,
That's the house.
The house.
If Mark took a look at that house, I mean, it's in
Oh.
significant disrepair.
Yeah, there was, one of the neighbors mowed his yard for him and ran into some, heavy, ground insects, bees, mosquitoes, They're probably standing water somewhere there that's breeding mosquitoes. And he said it was so bad that he didn't get it all moved.
Do you know, I'm sorry, did you say if Mark Wynn took pictures of that house?
No, we have not looked at that.
Okay.
.435 East Shackley.
The vehicle's gone, they've been sitting there for quite some time, there's still some miscellaneous pallets, wood, and junk pile around the garage, but it's improved in the last few weeks also, so I think we'll just keep monitoring it.
Okay. And I know he's got confined to a wheelchair, so it's hard to get it, but at least he's getting some stuff done.
And he comes in and communicates at the town hall.
That's
He
another one
does.
too, that communicates with us, yes. 410 East Shackley.
Definite improvement.
There's some improvement, it still needs work, but there's improvement.
Okay, keep monitoring. .215 West Shackley.
At least one of the vehicles is gone, the other one they said's operational, they've moved around, so we'll just keep an eye on it.
Okay. .455 East Line, that's another one. Mark has taken pictures of that. I have not yet talked to him to see what our next course of action is, but
It looks like it's up for sale, we seen a for sale sign in the window.
I noticed that, the current owner, so that'll change some of that.
There's an interested party in buying it, so maybe it'll get better.
Make a good place for your second antique shop.
Pardon?
Make a good place for your expansion.
Yeah, I don't like to spend money that much.
500 West Line.
There's been, I've seen at least 2 trailer loads go out, and there's a trailer getting loaded as we speak, so there's improvement, so.
I think we can just monitor.
Continue to monitor, but
Yep.
noted improvement. Another thank you. 110 Bittersweet.
Honestly, I'm not even sure why there was an initial complaint. I mean,
Well, there was a car that was sitting there and there was some junk in the
Yeah, that's
backyard.
been gone.
Yeah, the car's been gone for quite some time, so.
Right.
I mean, there might be a couple things in the yard, but it's not anything that other people don't have, that we don't do anything about. I think it's compliant at this point.
Okay.
Bill Mother's old place, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mom and Dad's old place.
105 Holly.
Well, the complaint was there was too many cars. Again, we don't have an ordinance that says how many vehicles can be parked there. And when we went past yesterday, the majority of the vehicles that were there are gone, so.
Yep.
Again, it doesn't look any worse than half the other houses in town that we don't have any issues with.
Okay, let's just keep an eye on it until next month and see if anything more changes or if it stays pretty much the same, and then we can make a compliance decision then. It takes care of all the old complaints. A number of them have come off because they are compliant. Wonderful, thank you people for doing that. We greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, looks much better.
New complaints is 215 Mill, which we kind of talked about earlier in conjunction with another property, neighboring property. The tree came down during the storm. Difficult person to get a hold of.
I will volunteer to call the property owner and just ask what his plan is, because it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Well, that infringes upon other people's property and their ability to clean up or take care of their property because there's trees laying on their stuff, so.
Any other new complaints?
I've not heard any. When we drove around yesterday, it really didn't, we talked about the list overall. I think we've had good compliance and folks are picking up and taking up, and I'd say it looks better now than what it has in quite some time as far as individual properties.
And people need to be aware of what is true and what isn't, based on some of the posts I've seen on social media.
I think it's easy for people to complain, and if they have a complaint for the nuisance committee, they're supposed to fill out a form at the town hall, number one. Number two, we all struggle, we all have struggles, things of that nature. For those people that like to complain a lot, my question to them is what's their plan? I mean, you bring a problem, what's your solution? And is there anyone in the community that could put a few folks together to maybe go help out some of these people? We're just following up on the complaints. It's easy to complain. Put your money where your mouth is and offer to help your neighbor. Hey, I see you're struggling. How can I help you with this? If you have the time and if you have that kind of relationship with your neighbor. We want our town to look good, but everybody has to take some responsibility too.
Health and safety is probably paramount for everybody. I wouldn't want somebody coming in next door to me and having a stack of 20 tires with water standing in them, breeding mosquitoes. Or if their yard needs mowed, let it grow instead of going over there and mowing it. There's extenuating circumstances for everything, but we can help each other a lot, and I think we're starting to see some of that. I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah, so we're definitely coming into the mosquito season, so, the tires setting out that are gathering water, other miscellaneous containers that hold water are perfect breeding grounds for mosquitoes. So, that's definitely something that folks want to keep in mind. And, I know people talk about us having the swamps, but the swamps also have the natural predators for the mosquitoes in them, where we don't have that necessarily in our backyards and so forth. So, getting those tires and things like that emptied out, making sure that we don't have standing water, and even bird baths are good for that. Changing that water out every couple of days just to make sure that we're not breeding bigger mosquitoes than what we already have in the area. But like I said, I think overall we've had good success this spring, and people continue to work, and we'll just keep watching and hopefully have that voluntary compliance.
And thank you to everybody that has made steps to correct some things. Just a reminder again that May 30th, Saturday, is our heavy trash day. We have 5 big dumpsters, is that correct? Four big dumpsters. We'll be down at the compost site. We'll start at 8 o'clock in the morning receiving trash, and we'll run until noon. We need volunteers to help pick up some of the people that have special needs, and also to help unload at the reception site. You can contact the town hall, give your name and the time that you can possibly be there. The more help we got, the better. Makes it easier for everybody.
We do have a list going of folks that are going to need us to pick items up because they're physically unable to get them there themselves. I believe the utility workers are going to try to do that on Friday to kind of get that done like they always do before Saturday when they're out picking up other things too.
The only requirement for people to have a special need is we cannot come into your house to pick it up.
Correct.
But we will take it off your driveway.
Yep.
The other thing is that prior to that probably that Thursday, Friday, the collection site will be closed just to keep people from coming in from out of the area and off hours, filling the dumpsters up, so.
which we've had problems with in the past.
Yeah, we'll put an
I'll put an
alert
alert
out
out.
that it'll be closed, and then it'll be closed following big trash day until the dumpsters are removed, which is usually done by Tuesday.
Yeah, I think the dumpsters are coming in on Thursday is what they said, right, Matt? Thursday or Friday, so,
Yeah, and we'll definitely want to make sure that we position them like we did in years past, so you can drive through them there.
Yep.
Any other committee comments?
Nope. Next meeting,
If not, the next meeting is June the 9th, 2026. It's Tuesday at 10 a.m. here in the council room. There being no further business to come before the board, I have entertain a motion to adjourn.
yep.
Have a motion, second.